Hey guys, it's Noah here from iHollywood TV. Well, back in 2019, I went on set of the movie After We Collided, which was being filmed in Atlanta, Georgia. The movie is now streaming on Netflix, but I sat down with Renee Todd, who has created such an empire for her novels. So check out our lovely conversation in Atlanta. Watch.
The entire world is a collection of memoranda that she did exist.
Now, when you were writing the After series, did you ever think it would become as big as it is today?
No, when I was writing, I didn't even think it would ever be an actual physical book. So it was just a hobby. And then when the book came out, that was successful. And then it just kept getting more successful. And then the film came, now the second film. So I feel like I'm in the middle of like a really fun tornado. Yeah. It was like a fun one though. It's fun.
What do you think makes this franchise so popular? What do you think makes fans keep craving for more?
I think from the book side, it's the addictive, the fast chapters, the constant drama, the huge storyline of characters in 10 different storylines. And in the film, I think it's just the magnetic chemistry between Hero and Joe and the other characters that we, in the first film, haven't necessarily gotten to develop a lot, but now we have the chance to do that, and we hopefully will have another one and another one. Yeah, so it's just been amazing seeing that happen.
Hey Tess, truth or dare? Truth. Are you a virgin?
Molly, don't.
Oh.
What do you think is really going to excite fans about this one versus the first one that we saw on screen?
Just that we've taken all of their things they didn't like and didn't do them. Yeah. We fixed it. We've done all the scenes that they always say they want. I mean, we literally went through Wattpad data, and you can see the chapters that are reread the most and the lines that are commented the most, and made sure that those lines were there. Yeah. Made sure the scenes were there. There were a couple that just don't make sense because we've had to shift a little, like a couple characters have been combined or have been dropped a little just because we don't have the time, literally. Yeah. But I just think they'll just be excited to see more of the relationship that they were kind of missing in the first one. You feel the chemistry and the connection, but the thing about Hardin and Tessa that the readers love so much is the back and forth and just the kind of addiction to each other, and that no matter what happens, they always seem to come back to each other. And in the first one, we were trying to set up them just falling in love in the first place. We didn't really have time to even get into the actual rocky parts. And this film is just all that. I mean, you won't even be able to breathe during the film. It's just like scene after scene after scene after scene, and I'm so excited for that.
What do you really hope the audiences will really take away from this installment of the After franchise?
I mean, the biggest thing, honestly, is just entertainment. I just want people to be entertained and to not be in their own head for 2 hours. But long term and more like a deeper answer is I just want people to know that romances don't always have to be perfect, and characters in books and movies don't have to be the best reflections of ourselves. Like, they should be flawed and they should teach us something. And with After, that's something that has been the most criticized thing, but it's the thing I'm the most proud of that I didn't write a book where you can guess what's going to happen and you root for everyone all the time and everybody makes perfect choices, because I know a lot of people and none of them make perfect choices.
Life is not perfect, you know
exactly.
what I mean?
And with romance, sometimes, and I love romance, even the perfect stories that there's no conflict or one fight and then they're married, I love them. Yeah. But for me, that's just not really the story I want to tell. I want to tell stories about people that have trauma in their childhoods, and
because that's real life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they'll see this, and even if they'd never heard of the books and never read them, as long as they see in this movie, like, wow, this doesn't have to be like a cliche, super happy movie.
Knowing that so many people love this series, what is a fan moment you wouldn't mind sharing with us this morning that really, sticks out to you that you can think of?
I mean, we did a really long press tour, and we went to, I think, 8 or 10 countries, and it's not necessarily one specific fan, but it's just every single place we went, they showed up for us. Like, it didn't matter if it was 80 degrees in Lisbon and they had to wait out 12 hours, they did. And for me, I kind of got, I don't know how to say it without sounding like an egomaniac, but I almost got used to book signings being so crazy and so crowded all the time. But it was so incredible for me to see the transition of, like, they love the book, but they also love the characters that are in the film, and having people come with, shirts for Hero and Josephine, and I don't know, it's just watching them be adored by the fan base. Was like, it's one of my favorite things about it. Specifically with fans, there's been so many moments of, you know, a girl and her family coming to a book signing and saying that she was suffering from depression and an eating disorder and all of these things, and having her entire family coming, like grandma, everybody, and they were crying, and I was like, what's going on at first? But the girl got the book from another girl in her hospital room. They were roommates, and she read it, and I believe it wasn't necessarily the story that did it, but it was just like the way she felt, and the way that she then went on my social media, and she felt like that was another thing that made her feel better about her body and more confident. And when she came, and when she came, she was dressed like in a flowery dress that at that time, that's all I was wearing was these like skater cut dresses. And it was just so emotional watching her be in this dress and having her grandma there crying and saying like would never even show her legs before. And that was obviously like a really emotional thing. And there's a lot of those kind of stories that I, as a fan, have felt that moment of like, this person doesn't even know what they're giving me. And to be able to be someone that they feel that way, but I can give back to them and spend time with them and actually acknowledge the fact that they are being affected emotionally by something I created.
Yeah, and it has to make you feel good too when you hear those type of stories.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? And even just the simplest things of friends coming to the book signing together and saying, it's the only book we've read, and now we love books, and now we're reading. And I've had parents saying, you know, my daughter never loved to read, and now she's reading 10 books. And certain publishing houses that I have that were kind of on the cusp of going under, and now since after they have a totally new business model. It's those things that it just ripples to everything, and it's a little surreal to know that I had a hand in creating that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, Anna Todd, thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you.
me, and
Thank you.
I hope everyone will love After. I know everyone is going to love After We Collided.
Thank
so
you so
congratulations to you, and
Thank you.
much love.
Thank you so much.